and gentlemen, and it's very good to see you all here. We are the Ambassador Chorale and the Ambassador Chamber Orchestra, and indeed it is our pleasure to bring this performance to you. This is our finale. We were on tour. We performed once in San Jose, and again in Garden Grove. In San Jose we had over 1,200 people, in Garden Grove 600. And indeed it was always our pleasure. We were always looking forward to the priceless opportunity, you might say, to perform before our home crowd here in the beautiful Ambassador Auditorium. We have a tremendous program lined up for you. We have talented orchestra, talented musicians. In fact, some of the music which is written was written specially to tax the abilities of the singers. And I'm sure you won't be disappointed. And I encourage you to sit back and enjoy 2.5 hours of what should be a tremendously exciting and absolutely fantastic show. In order to guide your way along the rocky coast of Cornwall, we have 3 authentic British maidens, which will help you with the narration. And we also have the full star-studded Ambassador College students singing for you. So, without any further ado, let the show begin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ambassador Chamber Orchestra, the Ambassador Chorale, the Pirates of Penzance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 1984 Ambassador College production of The Pirates of Penzance.
The Pirates of Penzance, written in the late 1800s, 1877, was a comic opera that the famed pair Gilbert and Sullivan wrote. It is said that Gilbert turned to his own earlier work for inspiration called Our Island Home.
From this work, and from a strange incident in his childhood when he was kidnapped and ransomed by Neapolitan pirates, grew the germ of the idea that developed into the Pirates of Penzance, or the Slave of Duty.
As in HMS Pinafore, there is satire on class and satire on the military, the army instead of the navy. There are also jokes about an Englishman's sense of duty and about British bobbies or policemen.
We, as wards of Major General Stanley, would like to relate this tale to you.
Maestro.
a pirate captain rises from indentury. Strong his arm and keen his sentence, he's a pirate now indeed.
Here's goodbye to Frederick's ventures, Frederick's out of his indentures.
22 now he's rising, and alone he's fit to fly, which were bent on signalizing with unusual rabble.
Here's goodbye to Frederick's ventures, Frederick's out of his indentures. For the pirate ship, fill the pirate fire, and to make us more than merry, let the pirate on the fire.
So brave and daring, his father thought he'd apprentice him to some career he's daring. I was alas his nursery maid, and so it fell to my lot to take and bind this promising boy apprentice to a pilot. A life not bad for an hardy lad, though surely not a high lot. So I'm a nurse, you might do worse than make your boy a pilot. I was a stupid nursery maid on breakers, always steering, and I did not catch the word aright through being out of hearing. Mistaken my instructions, which within my brain did gyrate. I took and bound this promising boy apprentice to a pirate. A sad mistake it was to make and doom him to a pilot. I bound him to a pirate view instead of to a pilot. I soon found out beyond all doubt the scope of this disaster, but I oughtn't the face to return to my place and break it to my master. A nursery maid is not afraid of what you people call work, so I made up my mind to go as a kind of practical maid of all work. And that is how you find me now, a member of your shy lot, which I wouldn't have found had he been bound apprentice to a pilot.
The first scene of the opera is set on a rocky seashore off the coast of Cornwall, which is in southwest England. In Victorian times, it was a haven for daring smugglers who would unload their ill-gotten gains under the thick cover of darkness.
In the first scene, a band of good-natured but blundering pirates are celebrating the release from his indentures, apprenticeship, of their young apprentice, Frederic. Any pirate worth his salt must be able to imbibe freely and plenteously of that liquid substance commonly known as alcohol. Well, these pirates are worth their salt, and so they celebrate with pirate sherry, a parting gift from their unfortunate victims.
Amidst their celebrations and joviality, Frederic shocks them with the revelation that he intends to leave them forever and lead an honest life. The pirate king is slightly upset at hearing this and asks Frederic, who was one of his best pirates, to explain himself. Frederic then proceeds to unravel a mystery that would hit top ratings on the Twilight Zone.
As a little lad, he had proved so brave and daring that his father wanted him to enter a career that would challenge his bravery and daring. As a result, he had carefully instructed Frederic's nursery maid Ruth, now the pirate's cook and washerwoman, to apprentice him to a pilot. Alas, poor Ruth, being hard of hearing, had misinterpreted her instructions and apprenticed young Frederic to a pirate instead of to a pilot, a ship's captain.
Being a true Englishman from head to toe,
And all the other bits in between.
Frederic, who describes himself as a slave of duty,
He always follows the dictates of his conscience.
has served out his indentures faithfully, even though he was a victim of a terrible mistake.
For fear of implicating Ruth, Frederic does not say who made the mistake, but Ruth, whose mind has long been gnawed by the cantering tooth of mystery, decides to spill the beans.
Now that the truth is out, Ruth pleads for Frederic's pardon, which he dutifully gives. Frederic, once again, reminds the pirates that this very afternoon his obligation ceases. He goes on to tell them that individually he loves them with affection unspeakable.
He likes them a lot.
But collectively, he looks upon them with a disgust that amounts to absolute detestation.
He can't stand them.
As a slave of duty, once free from his indentures, he is bound to exterminate them because of their evil occupation.
Overcome by heart-rending emotion, the pirates weep. The Pirate King exhorts Frederic to follow his conscience and ignore the consequences. This, of course, means that they are now sworn enemies, whereas previously they were sworn friends.
Before taking his leave, Frederic feels it is his duty as a pirate to point out curious faults in their tactics. Firstly, they never attack parties weaker than themselves, only those stronger, and then they invariably get flashed. Secondly, they make a point of never attacking orphans because they are orphans themselves.
Having committed himself to a life of honesty, Frederic urges the pirates to do the same. They refuse, agreeing with their leader that it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. Maestro.
Oh, better far to live and die under the great black flag I fly than play some sanctimonious part with a pirate head and a pirate heart. Away with the cheating world where pirates all are well to do, but I'll be true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king, for I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king, for I am a pirate king. You are a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is a marvelous pirate king, a marvelous pirate king. When I sally forth to seek my prey, I help myself on a royal way. I sink a few more ships, it's true, than a well-bred monarch ought to do. But many a king on a first-class road, if he wants to call his crown his own, must manage somehow to get through more dirty work than ever I do. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king, for I am a pirate king. You are a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is a pirate king, a pirate king.
this point, Frederic has been unsuccessful in his dealings with the pirates. Firstly, he tries to convince them to become real men.
And eat quiche?
No. No, to become honest, worthwhile citizens. Secondly, he makes a futile attempt to palm the aging Ruth off onto the pirates, trying to convince them that they need her more than he does.
Now, with Ruth in hot pursuit, Frederic has to decide whether or not he wishes to include her in his future plan, which may or may not include marriage. He asks her whether she is beautiful compared to other women, and she of course replies in the affirmative.
She says yes.
Having spent 21 years in strictly male company, he believes her.
No.
Disregarding her abundance of years, they shake hands.
Ignoring the scabies epidemic.
And agree on a union. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
No, behind the rocks.
behind the rock, a truly angelic sound wafts into the all but inaccessible lair.
Frederic, enraptured by the heavenly sound, climbs up the nearest rock and is pleasantly surprised to see a bevy of beautiful maidens.
Oh, joy! Oh, rapture!
He turns on Ruth and accuses her of deceiving him into believing that she was indeed beautiful. Maestro.
Oh, false one, you have deceived me.
I have deceived you.
Yes, deceived me. You told me you were fair as gold,
And master, am I not so?
and now I see you're plain and low.
I'm sure I'm not just so.
Upon my innocence you blame.
I'm not the one to follow.
Your face is thine, your hair is gray.
It's gradually got so.
It's this woman who deceived me, I who's lost and soul.
Master, master, do not leave me, kill me ere you go.
Faithless woman,
Master, master,
faithless woman,
master, master, do not leave me, do not leave me, ere you go. Master, master, do not leave me, ere you go. My love without reflecting, oh do not be rejecting. Take a maiden tender, her affection raw and green. At very highest rating, her seed accumulating. Summer 17, summer 17.
yes, your mama, master, freshly wearing disaster.
Yours is not your dower, to the dower I have here. My love on a baby, a seed accumulating. 47 years.
47 years.
47 years.
Faithless woman, deceived me, my trust is so. Faithless woman,
do not leave me,
what shall I do? Before these gentle maidens, I dare not appear in this alarming costume. No, no, I
I must remain in close concealment until I can appear in decent clothing.
Climbing over rocky mountains, skipping rivulets and fountains, tossing where the willows quiver, tossing where the willows quiver by the ever-rolling river, flowing willows lumbering the summer rain, spreading long and leafy mazes, dolphins will remember days, dolphins will remember days. Sailing across that rugged mountain, climb the hardy river, lovers feel the rising shore again. Feeling the rugged mountain, climb the hardy river, lovers feel the rising shore again. Let us gaily tread our measure, make the most of fleeting leisure. Heaven has a true life, though its perish by and by. Heaven has a true life, though it perish by and by. Every moment brings a treasure of its own essential pleasure. Though the moments quickly die, grief them gaily as they fly. Grief them gaily as they fly. Though the moments quickly die, grief them gaily as they fly. Far away from toil and care, reveling in fresh sea air. Here we live and reign alone in a world that's all our own. Here we exist our rocky den, far away from mortal man. We'll be queens and make things free. They may honor them. We'll be queens and make degrees. They may honor them who please. Gaily tread our measure, sing the road of pleasing pleasure. Here's our true life, though it perish by and by. Here's our true life, though it perish by and by. Let the feeling of the pleasure, make the love of pleasing pleasure, feeling as a true
These beautiful young maidens happen to be the wards of a certain Major General Stanley who, because he is not as fleet-footed as they, lags behind with the luncheon.
Three of the girls, Kate, Edith and Isabel, comment on what a picturesque place they are in and wonder if they could possibly be the first human beings
In 6,000 years.
to set foot in this delightful spot.
Believing that they are quite alone, Edith suggests that they take off their knee-highs and shoes and dabble their toes in the water. The girls, eager to carry out the suggestion, take off one shoe when, maestro,
Stop, ladies, pray. I had intended not to intrude myself upon your notice in this effective but alarming costume. But under these peculiar circumstances, I feel it is my bounden duty to inform you that your proceedings will not be unwitnessed.
But who are you, the sweet?
I am a pirate.
A pirate!
Ladies, do not shun me. This evening I renounce my wild profession, and to that end, O pure and fearless maidens, O blushing buds of our blooming beauty, I soar at heart, implore your kind assistance.
How pitiful his tale, how rare his beauty. How pitiful his tale, how rare his beauty.
Oh, is there not one maiden brass that does not feel the moral beauty of making worldly interest subordinate to sense of duty? Who would not give up willingly all matrimonial ambition to rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position, from his position, to rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position.
Alas, there's not one maiden breast will seem to feel the moral beauty of making worldly interest subordinate to sense of
Oh, is there not one maiden here whose homely face and fat complexion have caused all hope to disappear of ever winning man's affection? To such an one, it's such heavy, I say, by heaven's arch above you, if you will cast your eyes on me, however plain you be, I love you, however plain you be, if you will cast your eyes on me, however plain you be, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Alas, there's not one maiden here whose homely face and fat complexion have caused the hope to disappear of ever winning man's affection.
Not one,
No, no, not one.
not one.
No, no, death to visit him for shame. It's true that he has gone astray, but pray, is that a reason good and true why you should obey him to pay? The question is, had he not been a thing of beauty, would she be swayed by quite as keen a sense of duty? For shame, for shame, for shame. For wandering one, though thou hast surely strayed, take heart to free, thy steps retrace, for wandering one. For wandering one, if such for love and mine, can help you find the peace of mind. Why take it if it's time?
Gentle sister say, propriety we know, since we ought to stay, while sympathy exclaims, free them from your tether, lay at other games, leave them here together. Her case may any day be yours, my dear, or mine. Let her make her hay while the sun does shine. Let us compromise our hearts another feather. Let us shut our eyes and talk about the weather.
Yes, yes, let's talk about the weather. How beautifully blue the sky, the clouds are rising very high. You think you wanna hope it may, and yes, it's rain, but yesterday, tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain, and people say, I know the point of we shall have a warm new life. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain, and people say, I know the point of we shall have a warm new life. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the raining wind, the rain alone I can see. To find again the
Oh yes, this is exceeding gladness.
How beautifully blue the sky, the clouds are rising very high. Continue on, I hope it may, and yes, it's great, but yesterday, tomorrow will take over again. I hear the country wants some rain, yet people say, I know not more than we shall have a warm tonight. Tomorrow will take over again. I hear the country wants some rain, yet people say, I know not more than we shall have a warm tonight. Tomorrow will take over again.
Did ever pirate roll his soul in guilty treatment, and wake to find that soul with peace and virtue beneath?
How beautifully blue the sky, the clouds are rising very high. Continue on, I hope it's may, and yes, it's rain, but yesterday. Continue on, I hope it's may, and yes, it's rain, but yesterday.
Sting, we must not lose our senses. Men who stick at no offences will anon be here. Piracy, their dreadful trade is. Pray you get you hence, young ladies, while the coast is clear.
No, we must not lose our senses. If they stick at no offenses, we should not be here. Piracy, the dreadful trade is. Nice companions for young ladies. Let us live on.
It's the first great opportunity to get married with impunity and indulgence of this scheme of unbounded domesticity. You simply be personified, unruly doctor mortified by a doctor of divinity who's located in this vicinity.
We have missed our opportunity of escaping with impunity. So farewell to the felicity of our maiden domesticity. We shall quickly be personified, conjugally doctor modified by a doctor of divinity who is located in this vicinity.
By a doctor of divinity who resides in this vicinity. By a doctor of divinity.
Oh, monsters, ere you kite or caravanserai proceed against our will to wed us all. Just bear in mind that we are wards in chancery, and father is a major general.
We better pause, or danger may befall. Their father is a major general.
Yes, he is a major general.
Yes, I am a major general. For he's a major general.
Yes, the proper major general.
And it is a glorious thing to be a major general.
It is a proper major general, proper major general.
I am the very model of a modern major general. I've information vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the points historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I am very well acquainted with matters mathematical. I understand equations both simple and quadratical. About going a meal here, I'm teaming with a lot of news. Oh, yes. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and of calculus. Short of matters, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general. I know I'm at the gift of king office and Secretary. Unto 100 cosmic of a pretty name of paradox. I quote an elegiac on the prime need of double and chronic like a flow of familiarity for apparatus. I can talent up the Raphaels and get a dozen Zophanies. I know the cooking chorus from the trucks of Aristophanes, and I can hum a few of which I've heard the music Pinafore. Oh no, what's wrong? Got it. And whistle all the airs from that infernal not the Pinafore. Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic uniform and tell you every detail of character plus uniform. Short and vegetable, animal and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General. In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell it sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm more wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learnt what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery, in short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy. Oh no, what rhymes with strategy? Strategy. Yes, that will work. You'll say about the Major General is never strategy. For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky in this century, has only been brought down to the beginning of the century. But still I'm a vegetable, animal and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General.
Scott, can you do that again? Really fast.
Of course. In fact, when I know what's meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell it sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorting the surprises I'm aware at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery, and so when I have a smattering of elemental strategy, you'll say a better Major General is never strategy. For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky in a century, it's only been brought down to the beginning of the century. Still I'm a vegetable, animal and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General.
The pirates make their intentions known to the Major General, who strongly objects to having pirates as sons-in-law. But they equally object to having Major Generals as fathers-in-laws.
Seeing that he is not making any headway, the Major General changes his tune and demands to know if the pirates intend to rob him of the sole remaining joy of his twilight years,
His daughters.
and leave him unfriended, unprotected, and alone.
Well, yes, that's a general idea.
He makes one last desperate attempt to touch a sympathetic chord in their steely hearts and asks,
Have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Orphan.
Yes, orphan. Have you ever known what it is to be one?
I say, orphan.
Orphan, orphan, orphan! As I understand you, you are merely repeating the word orphan to show me that you understand.
I didn't repeat the word orphan. I only repeated it once.
I think I understand the problem. When you said orphan, did you mean orphan as in one who's lost his parents? Or orphan frequently?
I beg your pardon. I see what you mean. Orphan frequently.
Ah, you said orphan frequently.
No, only once.
Exactly, said orphan frequently only once. Cut!
Let's get back to the story flow. When we left the Major General, he had told them a story which they had heard all too often, and which, according to Frederic, had been a major reason for their disastrous track records as pirates. He was an orphan boy. Maestro.
Oh,
Forgo your cruel employ. Have pity on my lonely state. I am an orphan boy, an orphan boy, an orphan boy. How sad an orphan boy. These children whom you see are all that I can call my own. Poor fellow. Take them away from me, and I shall be indeed alone. Poor fellow. If pity you can feel, leave me my soul remaining joy. See at your feet they kneel, your heart you cannot steal, against the sad tale of the lonely orphan boy. Poor fellow. See at what we may live, our hearts we cannot steal, against the sad tale of the lonely orphan boy. Orphan boy, orphan boy, see that our faith in you, our hearts we cannot steal, against the tale of the lonely orphan boy. Poor fellow. I'm telling a terrible story, but it doesn't diminish my glory, for they would have taken my daughters over the billowy waters if I hadn't seen elegant fiction, indulged in innocent fiction, which is not in the same category as telling a regular terrible story.
He's telling a terrible story, the life of the end of the story, the way with the thing is strong, the over the missing waters. It's easy in elegant fiction to call it innocent fiction, but it comes from the same category as telling a regular terrible story. It's easy in elegant fiction to call it innocent fiction, but it comes from the same category as telling a regular story.
Although our dark career sometimes involves the crime of stealing, we rather think that we're not altogether void of feeling. Although we live by strife, we're always sorry to begin it. For what we ask is life without a touch of poetry in it. Hail poetry, thou heaven-born man, thou gildest in the forest rain. Flowing fountains scenting men. All hail, divine glory. You may go, for you're at liberty.
Now pirate rules protect you, and honorary members of our band, we do elect you. For he is an orphan boy. He is a robbery orphan boy. And it sometimes is a useful thing to be an orphan boy. It is a robbery orphan boy, a robbery orphan boy. Happy day with joyous glee, they will away and marry me. Oh, happy day with joyous glee, they will away and marry me. Should it be fall auspiciously, for sisters all will rise with me. Should it be fall auspiciously, for sisters all will rise with me. Oh, happy day with joyous glee, they will away and marry me. Should it be fall auspiciously, for sisters all will rise with me. Should it be fall auspiciously, for sisters all will rise with me.
Oh, Master, hear one word I do implore you. Remember Ruth, your Ruth who kneels before you.
Yes, yes, remember Ruth who kneels before you. Away you did deceive me, away you did deceive him.
Oh, do not leave me.
Oh, do not leave her. Away you grieve me, away you grieve him. I wish you leave me. We wish you leave him. Preserve the magnanimity, legislate to late sentimity. There was some opportunity to get married with impunity, so they gave up the publicity all about the domesticity. For a doctor of divinity is located in this vicinity.
Preserve the magnanimity, legislate to late sentimity. There was such opportunity to get married with impunity, so they gave up the publicity all about the domesticity. So a doctor of divinity is located in this vicinity.
So they gave up the publicity all about the domesticity. So they gave up the publicity all about the domesticity. So doctor of divinity, a doctor of divinity alone.
cheer that Jews and Marshall cheer. I love the children here, in them I comfort see. With sympathetic care their arms around Him free. For all they cannot bear to see their Father free.
In the moonlight, you see General Stanley sitting miserably in front of his newly acquired Gothic castle. Frederic, Mabel, and the other wards are trying to comfort the Major, who feels remorseful because he has told a regular terrible story about being an orphan.
Mabel implores Frederic to relieve her father's sorrow, and he honors her request. The Major confesses his sin.
Frederic consoles him by pointing out that if he had not told this falsehood, these lecherous pirates would have called the nearest clergyman and married his large family on the spot.
Undaunted, Frederic informs the Major that between 11 and midnight he intends to sweep the pestilent scourges from the face of the earth.
Kill them.
And then he will claim Mabel as his own.
Poised for action, his devoted followers await his orders. Maestro.
Then Frederic, let your escort lion-hearted be summoned to receive a general's blessing ere they depart upon their dread adventure. Till sun they come.
When the bowman bears his steel,
Ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra,
be a comfortable field,
ta-ran-ta-ra,
and we find the wisest thing
ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra,
is to slap our chest and sing.
ta-ran-ta-ra,
For when threatened with the mutes,
ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra,
and your heart is in your boots,
ta-ran-ta-ra.
there is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound.
Ta-ran-ta-ra, 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 ta-ran-ta-ra.
Go, ye heroes, go, to glory, go, ye dying for their glory. Ye shall live in song and story, go to reign immortality, go to death and go to water, die in every Cornish slaughter, with her tears your grave shall water. Go, ye heroes, go, ye heroes, go and die, go, ye heroes, go and die.
Who to us it's evident,
Ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra,
these attentions are meant,
ta-ran-ta-ra,
such expressions don't appear,
ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra,
calculated men to cheer,
ta-ran-ta-ra.
who are going to beat their fate in a highly nervous state.
Ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra.
Still to us it's evident, these attentions are meant,
Ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra.
Go and do your best to stand up and be quarreling together. We will say farewell forever. Go to glory and the free. Go
distress, on the wrist, on his dress, and the reverence a lack through what chance of coming back. Still perhaps it would be wise not to comfort criticize, for it's very evident these intentions are meant.
Yes, it's very evident, these intentions are meant. Evident, yes, were meant. Evident, ah, yes, well then. When the woman is still, find the wise to sing, there is nothing brings it round like a
Yes, we be pirates slay, and do not pay. Then why this delay? Yes, but you don't go. Yes, but you don't go. Now for the pirate's lair, for joy unbounded, for sweet relief, for rapture unexampled. At last I may atone in some slight measure for the repeated acts of theft and pillage, which, at a sense of duty's stern dictation, I, circumstance's victim, have been guilty.
Young Frederic,
Consolation wonder,
And I, your little brood,
oh mad intruders, how dare ye face me? Know ye not, O rash ones, that I have doomed you to extermination? Have mercy on us. Hear us ere you slaughter. I do not think I ought to listen to you. Yet mercy should alloy us the resentment. And so I will be merciful. Say on.
when you had left the pirate boat, we tried to raise our spirits faint, according to our customs, with quips and quibbles quaint. But all in vain the quips we earned. We lay and sobbed upon the rocks, until to somebody occurred a startling paradox. A paradox, a most ingenious paradox, with quips and quibbles heard in thought, but not to be this paradox. A paradox, a paradox, a most ingenious paradox. The paradox.
we knew your taste for curious quips, for facts and contradictions queer, and with the laughter on our lips we wished you there to hear. We said if we could tell it in, how Frederic would the joke enjoy, and so we risked both life and limb to tell it to avoid that paradox, and most ingenious paradox, with quips and quibbles heard in flocks, but none to beat this paradox.
A paradox, a paradox, a most ingenious paradox.
A paradox. For some ridiculous reason, to which, however, I've no desire to be disloyal, some personal authority, I don't know who, very likely the astronomer royal, has decided that, although such a beastly month as February, 28 days as a rule are plenty. 1 year in every 4, his days shall be reckoned as 9 and 20. Through some singular coincidence, I shouldn't be surprised if it were owing to the plot of this ridiculous play, Penzance. You are the victim of this clumsy arrangement, having born in leap year on the 29th of February. And so, by a simple arithmetical process, you'll easily discover that though you've lived 21 years, yet, if we go by birthdays, you're only 5 and a little bit over.
You mean, let's see. Yes, yes, with yours my figures you are. How quaint the ways of paradox, at common sense she gaily mocks. Though counting in the usual way is 21 I've been on high. Yet reckoning by my natal day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am a little boy of 5.
Yes, a little boy of 5. A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A paradox, a curious paradox. A most ingenious
What a paradox. Oh, dear. Oh, sorry. Having discovered that he has had 5 birthdays, Frederic, uneager to join his former cohorts, is reminded of his sense of duty. He implores them not to hold him to his indentures, as this would snatch the cup of happiness from his lips. He, of course, means Bell.
Resigned to his fate, Frederic is about to leave with them when... Oh, horror! What is it?
He has to tell them that General Stanley is no orphan.
The pirate king, angry that General Stanley dared to practice on their incredulous simplicity,
Their naivete.
plans to attack the castle that very night.
The Major and his ward seem doomed.
Maestro.
Away, away, my heart's on fire. I burn the first conception to repay. This very night, my vengeance dire, shall not myself and gone away, away.
Away, away, that I inspire, I find my duty hard to do today. My heart is filled with anguish dire, it burns me to the core, away, away.
With falsehood how they tricked us on our pride, in vengeance how the pirates so decide. Our nature stern he softened with his light, and in return tonight the traitor dies. Yes, yes, tonight the traitor dies. Yes, yes, tonight the traitor dies.
Tonight he dies.
Already tomorrow
His girls likewise,
They will never in sorrow.
who once was thought,
In the nations they cherish.
and all who plot.
who will be yours that shall perish.
Tonight he dies, so early tomorrow. His scales like mine who was in sorrow. Though once was born in the nation we cherish. And all who want to music shall perish.
Away, 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 tonight the traitor dies. Away, away, tonight, 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 the traitor dies. Tonight,
All is prepared. Your gallant crew will greet you.
A telephone disclosure has just been made. Mabel, my dearly loved one, I found myself to serve the pirate captain until I reached my 120th birthday.
But you are 21.
I've just discovered that I was born in leap year, and that birthday will not be reached by me till 1914.
Oh, horrible catastrophe appalling.
And so farewell.
Oh, Frederic, they have no legal claim, no shadow of a shame will fall upon thy head. Frederic,
Mabel, nay, tonight I quit these walls, not but my soul appalls, but when stern duty calls, I must obey.
nay, Frederic,
Nay, Mabel, nay,
they have no claim.
but duty's name must have my soul appalls, but when stern duty calls, I must obey.
Oh, leave me not to mine alone. No face seems fair at night, no happiness, no grace. And nature day by day will where joy is dark and drear, and sorrow supreme, where nature day by day will sing in altered tones this weary rounding he loves thee, he is God. Ba la la la, ba la la la. He loves thee, he is God. Ba la 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 la. In 1940 I big shall be, I'll then return and claim you, I declare it. It seems so long
till then you will be true to me.
I will be true to you, I promise.
Oh, here is love, and here is true, and here is true for joy of darkness. She will be faithful to us soon, till we are wed and even after. Oh, here is love, and here is true. She will be faithful to us soon, till we are wed and even after. And even after. Oh, here is love, and here is true, and here is true for joy of laughter. She will be faithful to us soon, till we are wed and even after. She will be faithful to us soon, till we are wed and even after. Even after. Oh, here is love, oh, here is true, oh, here is love, here is love. In mind, tarantara, tarantara, you're timidly inclined, tarantara, and anything but blind, tarantara, tarantara, the danger that's behind, tarantara, yet when the danger's near, tarantara, tarantara, you manage to appear, tarantara, as insensible to fear as anybody here, as anybody here. Tarantara, tarantara, tarantara,
Sergeant approached. Young Frederic was to have led you to death and glory.
That is not a pleasant way of putting it.
No, master, he will not so lead you, for he has allied himself once more with his old associates.
He has acted shamefully.
You speak falsely. You know nothing about it. He has acted nobly.
He has acted nobly.
Dearly as I loved him before, his heroic sacrifice to his sense of duty has endeared me to him tenfold. He has done his duty. I must do mine. Go ye and do yours.
Righto.
This is perplexing.
We cannot understand it at all.
Still, as he is actuated by a sense of duty,
that makes a difference, of course. At the same time, we repeat, we cannot understand it at all.
No matter. Our course is clear. We must do our best to capture these pirates alone. Oh, it is most distressing to be the agents whereby our fellow erring creatures are deprived of that liberty which is so dear to us all. Still, we should have thought of that before we joined the force.
We should.
It's too late now.
It is.
When a felon's not engaged in his employment, but towing his felonious little plans, he's passively for innocent enjoyment, is just as great as any honest man's. Our feelings we with difficulty smother, when constabulary duties to be done, or take one consideration with another, policeman's lot is not a happy one.
Oh, when constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one, happy one.
When the enterprising burglar's not a burgling,
when
the cutthroat isn't occupied in crime, he loves to hear the little brook a-gurgling, and listen to the merry village chime, when the coster's finished jumping on his mother, he loves to lie up basking in the sun, or take one consideration with another, policeman's lot is not a nappy one.
Oh, when constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one, happy one. A rollicking band of pirates we grew tired of tossing on the sea, a tiger hand and a burglar in with weapons grim and gory.
Hush, hush, I hear them on the man approaching, with stealthy steps the pirates are approaching.
We are not coming for play or gold, the story generals and we told. We seek a penalty 54, the generals and his glory. They seek a penalty 54, we seek a penalty 54. They seek a penalty 54 for General Stanley's story.
They come in force with stealthy stride. Our obvious course is now to hide.
With cat-like tread upon a breaking steel, silence spread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's foot, all would be distinct. We Tarantara. So stealthily the pirate creeps on all the household sound he sleeps. Choose the navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary. Comrades to plow the sea. Choose the navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary. Here's your and your sentiment, your love, I preserve. You may want to it. Your silent matters, your dark lantern sees. Take your heart, let the skeleton is on this key. Tarantara, Tarantara. Silence spread, our cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's foot, all the distinct we heard. Comrades above us sea, choose to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary. We got the trend upon our way.
Hush, hush, not a word. I see a light inside. The Major General comes so quickly high.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes. Yes, yes, the Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes. So peace and all and joys, and as I lay in bed awake, I thought I heard a noise.
He thought he heard a noise. Ha!
No, all is still in dale on hill. My mind is set at ease. So still the scene, it must have been the sighing of the sighing softly to the river comes the loving breeze, setting nature all a-quiver, rustling through the trees, and the brook in rippling measure laughs for very low, while the poplars in their pleasure wave their arms above.
Yes, the trees won't very long, wave and leave the arms above.
River, river, little river, may thy loving cross forever heaven sweep beyond the trees. May thy roots be happy be, heaven sweep beyond the trees. May thy roots be happy be. Yet the breeze is but a roller when he wings away. Brook and poplar mourn a lover sighing, well a day, well a day. Of the doing and undoing that the road would tell. When the breeze is out a wooing, who can do so well?
Shocking tales the road to tell, nobody can move so well.
Pretty brook, my dream is over, for my love is but a rover, sad the lot of poplar trees, floated by a fickle breeze, sad the lot of poplar trees, floated by
very incompletely took your father is and always was the most good daughter called a pen. Is it very a home rule to go to bed at half past 10? But through your parents can it be that calls your father from his rest? That was the time of night is so very incompletely dressed. So very incompletely dressed. At such a time of night. The pirates!
Frederic here, oh joy, oh rapture, summon your men and effect the capture. Beautiful Mabel, I would if I could, but I am not able.
He's telling the truth, he is not able.
With
face deceit, to weapon full of feelings. Revenge is sweet and saveth all our dealings. With courage rare and resolution manly, for death prepare unhappy General Stanley.
Is he to die and shriven on a field? Will no one in his cause a weapon wield?
Yes, we are here, though hitherto concealed. So to constabulary pirates yield.
We triumph now, for every cloud. Your mortal career's cut short. No pirate man will take its stand at the
Oh, horror! It seems that the police, General Stanley, and his ward are at the mercy of the pirate.
Wait! The police have one more slick up their sleeve.
No. The police have one more slick up their tree.
No! The police have one more trick up their sleeve.
Oh, and so does Ruth.
Oh, joy! Oh, rapture! Maestro.
To gain a brief advantage you contrive, but your proud triumph will not be long lived.
Don't say your orphans, for we know that game.
On your allegiance we've a stronger claim. We charge you yield. We charge you yield in Queen Victoria's name.
You do,
we do. We charge you yield in Queen Victoria's name.
we yield at last with humble mien, because with all our faults we love our Queen.
Yes, yes, with all their faults they love their Queen. Yes, yes, with all our faults we love our Queen.
Away with them and place them at the bar.
One moment, let me tell you who they are. They are no members of the common throne. They are all noblemen who have gone wrong. They are all noblemen who have gone wrong.
No Englishman unmoved that statement is, because with all our faults we love a house of his.
I pray you pardon me, ex-pirate king. Pairs will be pairs, and youth will have its fling. Resume your ranks and legislative duties, and take my daughters, all of whom are beauties.
Poor wandering ones, though ye have surely strayed, take heart of free, not just return, wandering ones. Poor wandering ones, if such for love as ours can help you find your peace of mind.
When the foeman airs his steel, we a comfortable feel, and we find the wisest thing is to slap our chest and sing. For when threatened with the mute, and your heart is in your boots, There is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound.
Go, ye heroes, go to glory, go, ye dying for their glory. Ye shall live in song and story, go to immortality, go to death and go to wonder. Die and living for the shorter, with the tears your grave shall water. Go, ye heroes, go, go, ye heroes, go and die, go, ye heroes, go and die.
Towards the evident, these attendants are our men, such expressions don't appear, calculated men to cheer, who are going to meet their fate in a highly nervous state. Still to us it's evident, these attendants are our men.
Go and do your best endeavor, and be quarreling with Father. We will take them well forever. Gone with glory and the grace. Gone with glory and the grace. Throw your clothes of youth and groups of cross and birds and soil and fruits and young and tender, old and new and all and they their earthly praise.
We observe your great distress on the wrist of honest flesh, and the reverent alacrity to what chance of coming back. Still, perhaps it would be wise not to compromise, for it's very evident these attentions are our men.
Yes, it's very evident, these attentions are our men. Evident, yes, well men. Evident, ah, yes, well men. When the bullet is hit, I'm the wise to sing,
these pirates slay, and do not stay, then why this delay?
Yes, forward on the road, yes, forward on the road.
Yes, but you don't go.
They go, yes, forward on the road, yes, forward on the road.
Yes, but you don't go.
They go, we like to go, we like to go, we like to go.
though ye have surely strayed, take heart of free, but let return the wandering ones. For wandering ones, if such for love as ours can help you find true peace on earth, why take it? It is yours.
Wandering ones, wandering ones, wandering ones, wandering ones, take heart, take heart. Take any heart, take heart, take heart, take heart. Take heart, let it will shine. Take heart, let it will shine. Take heart, take heart, take